I see the lights on the mixer too. So
Oh yeah.
Sure, that was on.
So in the future, I'll probably have the mixer like closer to me.
Heck
But
yeah.
Whenever you're ready.
Beautiful. I am ready. Are you ready? About to get ready? Yeah.
About to get ready.
That's it. So a little more.
All right.
I might go feet up on the table here.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You do what you gotta do.
Heck yeah. Well, here we go.
1, 2, 3.
Howdy, 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 everyone.
Welcome
back.
Welcome to
Another episode of Texish, the show about some things Texas,
and some things not.
where our intern forgot to pick up the microphone arms today.
Our intern did not forget.
Our intern who
there was a lack of communication on everybody's
on
the part
the feed,
of the...
but the intern forgot the mic arms. Those will be back for our next episode, but for now, welcome to our new set.
Welcome to the set, everybody.
It is not finished yet. We have some signs that are going to be above us in the future, but for now, we're going to go ahead and launch it. Here's the set.
This is what it looks like.
Welcome to the Texish Podcast.
This is what we look like, in case anybody...
Don't forget, shirts,
curious.
Merch will be available at texishpod.com.
New year, new shirts.
New year, new shirts in a couple of weeks. We got a great episode, a couple of topics that we're going to dive into, but first, as always, our not sponsors.
Not sponsors. Who's our first not sponsor?
Our first not sponsor of this episode of Texish is Big Guy, Small Dog.
Big Guy, Small Dog?
Do you like visible comedy? Big Guy, Small Dog. Does he like princesses? Does he just like to cuddle small things? Did he forget to ask what kind of dog it was before they started dating? Big Guy, Small Dog.
When your dad doesn't want the dog and you get it anyway. Big Guy, Small Dog.
Big Guy, Small Dog. When he swiped right and got way too far in. Big Guy, Small Dog. Big Guy, Small Dog. Did he pick that collar or did somebody else? Big Guy, Small Dog.
You like sleeping in? Not anymore.
Big Guy, Small Dog. Do you like to get looked at on the trail? Big Guy,
Guy.
Small Dog.
Small Dog.
Who's our other not sponsor?
Our other not sponsor is Mud Water.
Mud Water.
Do you like gritty water? Do you like to pretend that you're being healthy, but really do everything else in your power to be unhealthy? Mud Water.
Mud Water. Do you just like to be like, it's not coffee, it's mud?
Mud Water.
Mud Water.
Mud Water. Just drink tea, you pretentious douche.
Mud Water. It's dirt. Mud Water, capitalizing on people who think they're being healthy with dirt from my backyard since 2016.
Mud Water. Do you microdose LSD every day but still want to keep your body healthy?
Mud Water. And don't forget, we also have a great real sponsor before we get to our other segments. Never Rest Coffee Company. Go to neverrestcoffee.com or neverrest.com. Follow on Instagram, Never Rest.
Yeah.
Use code TEXISH for 10% off. Texish, use code Texish, all caps. Before you check out, get 10% off of your coffee. Seth.
Yes.
Would you like to hear about what happened once upon a time in Texas history?
Once upon a time in Texas history. I'm gonna have to start doing like visuals and
Just
stuff.
to actually,
Like have something
once
going
upon
on.
would you go once upon a time or once upon a time?
Once upon a time.
Once
I'm
upon a
trying to-
time.
because I'm looking at the camera to us, so I think it's
Gotcha.
like that.
Well, once upon a time in Texas history, some really messed up stuff happened.
Just once?
Only once.
Only the one
This
time?
is the one time something bad happened in Texas history. Have you heard about buffalo?
I believe there are nickels that have buffalo on them.
Well, there's also bison. Have you
Or
heard
bison.
of bison?
I think Ted, not Nugent, but the other Ted, has a big ranch full of them.
Yeah, Ted Bundy.
Ted Bundy and his
Is
bison.
it Ted? No, not Ted Williams. Ted
Turner.
Ted Turner, TBS Network. TBS,
There you
Turner
go.
Ted has. But, well, once upon a time, there were
Yeah.
buffalo everywhere.
All over the place.
And then we killed them.
I'm like, still
Trying to
looking.
find
yeah.
the-
I'm trying to find my groove, I'm not gonna lie.
I'm also trying to figure out, do I look at you, do I look
Or
at the
the
camera,
mic.
do I look at the audio,
Yeah.
do I look over there?
It's
we're
a
figuring this
work in
out.
progress.
Anyway, so, in the spring of 1886,
Yeah.
a man named Charlie Norris, not Chuck Norris, but just Charlie.
Charlie.
Norris, rode up to the Texas Panhandle,
Mm-hmm.
where we have the official last recording site of wild buffalo. Spring of 1886 in the Texas Panhandle near modern-day Sherman, Texas. And here's a quote that he left in a magazine that Ernest Thompson Seton wrote. He says, "I was driving a bunch of horses from Coldwater in present-day Sherman County, long since a ghost town, to Buffalo Springs, and when 30 miles east of Buffalo Springs," Norris said to Seton, "saw the buffalo herd about 3 miles off. I knew at once they were buffalo because they were all one color." And he says, I rode among them. Some were lying down, some were grazing. He recalled estimating the herd to be about 200 head. Now, keep in mind, 200 sounds like a lot, but even 5 years prior to this, plainsmen could sit on the Cap Rock and watch just a black mass,
literal miles,
move across for days. Not just one day, but days. But yeah,
people don't know, like, buffalo, when they say buffalo roam, they mean like buffalo
roamed, man.
Dude, they like
roamed.
The reason places like Nebraska and Kansas are flat is buffalo trampled that to
for centuries.
Level for centuries.
But yeah, spring 1886 is the official last recorded sighting of wild buffalo herd in Texas.
1886.
Yep.
Wow.
All right, you want to hear about our small town?
Always.
So our small town is very relevant to our topic,
okay.
Our person we're talking about today. He's not our badass, but we're discussing a person today. Spring, Texas is a census-designated place, or CDP, within the extraterritorial jurisdiction. That's a new one. Extraterritorial jurisdiction of Houston and Harris County, Texas, United States, part of the Houston, Woodland, Sugarland metropolitan area. The population as of the 2010 census is 54,298, while the name Spring is popularly applied to a large area of northern Harris County and a smaller area of southern Montgomery County. The original town of Spring, known as Old Town Spring, is located in the intersection of Spring, Cypress, and Hardy Roads and encompasses a relatively small area of perhaps 1 square kilometer, or 0.39 square miles. A little bit of background here. By 1947, Spring had 700 residents. In the 1970s, Houston's suburbs began to expand to the north, and more subdivisions and residential areas opened to the Spring area. Some older houses in the town of Spring received restorations and house shops. The Old Town Spring Association opened in 1980 to promote the Old Town Spring shopping area, which consists of restored houses.
That makes sense.
And then from 1969 to 1992, the Goodyear airship, like the blimp, was based, so it was
like landed there.
Landed there, it's where it slept. So
I feel like the blimp is just based wherever it wants to be.
Fair, but this one was based, the Goodyear airship was based in Spring because it had a large visible hangar just off of I-45. Takeoffs and landings were a major attraction, and motorists continually pulled off the interstate shoulder to watch.
Hey, Paul, I want to go see the airship
Paul,
take
look,
off.
the balloon's going off.
Oh, man, look at that. You ever seen anything like that
Man,
before?
look, the aluminum's in the sky.
God really is amazing, isn't he?
Look, it's the Hindenburg.
What a beautiful day.
Too late, too early. But yeah, so then they moved it in 1992 because there were too many people causing traffic jams and wrecks and deaths along I-45 in Spring, Texas.
So basically, no matter how you cut it, airships cause death.
Pretty much.
Giant balloon equals death.
Giant balloon is too attractive to the human eye, apparently.
All right, fair enough.
And another one that I thought was interesting, probably can dive into this for a once upon a time in Texas history. In 1992, the Log Cabin Republicans Convention was held in Spring, Texas.
So the old LCRC.
The old LCRC. I'm also now bookmarking Log Cabin Republicans for a later episode.
That's just the word Log Cabin Republican.
Yeah. I'm making assumptions.
Okay, I also am making some
mental note assumptions.
Mental
because it could be, they could take care of orphans.
Oh, absolutely. We have no idea.
They could also hate
Log Cabin,
so, I'm going to go ahead and decide now, I probably don't agree with
90% of what a log cabin Republican.
Of what a log cabin Republican.
Yeah, so we don't take all these conservative values and put them in a cabin.
Wouldn't that make them extreme? Don't use the E word. You can say evangelical, but just don't say extreme.
Don't say extreme.
They already say extreme.
Listen, all I want is for every citizen to have a log cabin.
All I want is for this log cabin to be full of people who look like me.
And only me.
And I'm me. Alright, who's our badass?
So our badass of the week is also semi-related to what we're going to be talking about a little bit. His name's Bob Lee.
Bob Lee.
And Bob Lee is the owner-founder, or was, rest in peace, the owner-founder of Big Tex Restaurant in Amarillo, Texas.
Of like the Big Texan?
Of the Big Texan, yeah.
Okay, any relation to Spike Lee or...
Not that I could find.
Or Jet Li?
No relation that I knew of, but I feel like they respected each other.
They probably all had a bit of a Lee party.
So Bob Lee in 1960 held this contest with some cowboys to see who could eat the most. And whoever ate the most within an hour got a prize that kind of amounted to like $5. It was $5, but it amounted to $41.
Okay.
And whatever they ate was free. So this one cowboy eats a 72-ounce steak, shrimp, baked potato, side salad.
Now, was this at the Big Texan, or was this in the pasture?
So this is,
and then they were like, we should build a
This
restaurant.
is at the old the Big Texan already exists, but it was like, it was just kind of a steakhouse.
Okay.
So the Big Texan actually burned down twice. They had to rebuild it 2 times.
Well, they do cook over open fire.
They cook over open fire.
If you go to the Big Texan today, it's like a big open fire grill.
So in 1960, Bob Lee holds his contest and creates what is now one of the most renowned eating contests in Texas.
If there's any documentary or TV series based around eating a lot of food, Texas culture, Texas road trips, because it's along the original Route 66, but now along, I think it's I-10, I-5, one of the I's. One of the interstates. Just any docu-series or TV show or YouTube series that has anything to do with anything related to Texas, you're going to see a shot of Big Texan. You're going to hear about you come and you eat the 72-ounce steak. It's crazy.
But I just want to, pay tribute to Bob Lee, who started the 72-ounce Big Texan Challenge, which is you have to eat 72 ounces of beef, baked potato, side salad, dinner roll,
and peach cobbler.
And peach cobbler within an hour.
Within an hour. That's the catch, right?
That's the catch.
It has to be under an hour. And the thing about the steak part is I've decided I'm going to look at the camera as most as I can.
Look at the
Even though I want to look at you. But
well, I think it's like if we're learning, like if I'm talking to you, I can talk to you. But like otherwise,
I can already see the feedback coming up. You guys looked at each other.
Look, we're going to get a lot of feedback, and most of it is going to be what we're doing wrong. So I'm just getting ready for it, and I'm excited. Like,
anyway,
listen.
The steak. You can ask for it medium rare. You can ask for it well done. It's going to be cold and red for the 10 ounces in the middle. So there's that reality that not only do you have to eat all this food in under an hour, you're going to eat raw steak. That's pretty thick.
Yeah.
At some point in there.
At some point in there.
So, Bob Lee, we salute you.
Bob Lee, we salute you. He passed away of a heart attack on vacation in Hawaii with his family.
What? He had a heart attack?
Who could have guessed?
The owner of the Big Texan Steakhouse and the founder of the 72-ounce steak challenge died of what? He had a heart attack.
He had a heart attack.
Wait, in Hawaii though?
He was on vacation with his family, so hopefully we can say that he died peaceably. And I also want to point out that I don't have my source material with me, so if I get any of this wrong, I am so sorry.
To the Lee family,
we apologize. I'll come eat a steak and fail, so I have to pay for it.
I guess when he redlined, it was more like red beefing.
He really beefed it.
Ooh, what a meat sack. Anyway, speaking of meat sacks, speaking of heart attacks, speaking of steak, speaking of bison.
Speaking of large portions of red meat.
Speaking of large portions, there has been a guy making the rounds of
social media,
Instagram,
TikTok,
TikTok, more plates, more dates.
He did a thing on
talked about this guy.
So YouTube as well.
Liver King. Brian Johnson.
Yes.
AKA
not
Liver
the
King.
Singer.
Not the singer, not my friend who's a missionary up in Montana.
Right.
Brian Johnson. Not the Beach Boy.
Liver.
King of Liver, Liver King. If you haven't seen him on Instagram or TikTok.
Champion de foie gras, if you will.
Massive dude.
Huge.
Big beard.
Giant beard.
Kind of red.
A little ruddy.
Posts videos of him eating raw liver, raw ribeye, raw organ.
Lots of uncooked animal products.
Lots of uncooked animal products. There's one where he has his wife squeeze a salmon eggs into his mouth.
Yeah. Super sexy.
Videos of him doing these insane workouts, and with all of that comes a lot of comments and a lot of people wondering,
hey man,
is he on testosterone?
Are you having a little deca with your...
Does he have 20 cc's of Anabar just flowing into his veins?
Anabar and Axis Deer. That's the stack.
So there's all that going on, and we can speculate for sure.
Absolutely. I mean, we are around a lot of fitness people. Yeah. We've had a lot of fitness people on the podcast.
Yeah.
Mostly runners, to be fair.
Yeah.
But a CrossFit athlete.
CrossFit athlete as well.
Yeah.
And I mean, and he posts videos of his workouts where he's doing these insane workouts, lots of chains, lots of bands,
lots of ropes.
He calls a lot of it simulated successful hunts because his whole rhetoric is
Live primal.
Live primal.
To put it simple, live primal.
Live like our ancestors.
Right.
Live as this ancestral way
as
of living.
as you can.
I eat these raw things. I work out this way.
I live super primal. Don't look at my shiny truck.
Yeah. Yes. I mean, it's like, hey, I live really ancestral, and this is what you'll look like. Also, ignore my shiny F-350 King Ranch truck behind me.
Right.
That's from. I remember I sent you the video because we've been going back and forth of, do we like this guy? Do we not? Do we?
And
agree with him?
can we just like straight out say massive respect,
big time
to
respect.
the Liver King?
That's
for a lot of reasons.
I'm glad we landed there before we hit record because I had about 2 weeks where
just like kind of
where I really thought, screw this guy.
Right.
From he's saying, I sleep on wood and I get sun on my face and skin, and this is what our ancestors did, but also ignore my perfectly paved road up to my giant house.
We talk about the saying intellectual hypocrisy.
Yeah, intellectual hypocrisy.
Where you're saying something and we see you doing something completely different. Yeah. And maybe it's our time in the church that makes us hate it so much.
Yeah.
But it's that thing of
it
like...
gets under the skin.
Dude, it's like...
And for that, I'll go ahead and say, part of this for sure has something to do with, he's got a bunch of followers and he's selling products and we're not.
Are not there yet.
I said it, there it is.
Yeah,
that for sure
there's absolutely some jealousy there.
But that's why...
I will get raw liver right now and slap it on this table...
And eat it raw if that's what
for
it's...
a couple
But he already
days.
does.
Yeah, so we got to find something else.
So that's the background. I just want to go through really quick. What do we like about Liver King, and what do we question? I'm not even going to say don't like.
Okay, fair.
So what do you like about Liver King?
I've been thinking about it a lot, and I like a few things. I like his commitment to keeping electronics to a minimum. I like his commitment to getting outside.
Yeah.
He's got these primal tenets, and there's 9 of them. I don't remember them all off the top of my head, but they're pretty simple. They're like, get outside, exercise, eat as naturally as you can, maximize time with family, know how to fight, very much tenets that I think are good overall.
That I agree with, too, as far as spend as little time on devices and with technology, as much time with loved ones and outside and moving. Yeah. I like that.
I like that he created an entire ecosystem and business around need, because they created this whenever one of his children was very sick and they couldn't figure out why. So they started this all right, let's try the elimination diet. Yeah. Which leads a lot of people to, Michaela Peterson and her dad, Dr. Jordan Peterson. They're both semi-carnivore, partially because they have to be.
They eliminated all this stuff and found out, well, I can only eat this.
And then I think what happened was, because Brian was already a successful entrepreneur. Yeah. So he took what he knew about business and made this thing where he's like, all right, obviously for the nutrition that my child needs, they need to be eating liver and organs, but not everybody likes those things. Yeah. So now there's this business, Ancestral Supplements, where they desiccate the organs so that you can take them in pill form.
Take them that way.
So I like that he seems to live his life in the way that he wants. Yeah. And has also created profitability. Yeah. That I think overall results in a positive net impact.
Yeah, kickflipping off of that, something I like about him is, as his personal page, like Liver King page, has exploded as he's gotten a lot more, we'll call it notoriety, just more followers, whether they like him or not, whether they're bashing him or not. Yeah. I do respect that as his personal page has gotten more attention, he does not drive traffic to Ancestral Supplements.
No, he really doesn't.
From what I've seen. I have not seen him once.
I think he has a link
but he never even says, hey, go follow the link to get liver. I think there's one video where he eats raw liver and says, I would prefer that you go to a butcher and ask for liver. But there's supplements, whatever. But he's getting almost millions of views on stuff as he's doing all this crazy eating raw eggs and raw liver, but not once does he say, don't forget to go buy my stuff. Yeah. I respect that, because I would for sure be like, go buy my shirt.
Dude, I would wear my gear, I would have it in the background.
I would tattooed on my face.
I wouldn't care if I was in a shot where he's coming out of the water with a kettlebell. I would have an Ancestral Supplement bottle in the water with me. I would have it all over the place.
Another thing I like, I'll go and throw another one out there. I like that he does work out really hard.
Works out hard.
Lifts really hard stuff.
Hard
just does things that look really hard. Some of the Barbarian workout he does looks really intriguing.
Right. Are you talking about like the march he does?
Yeah, the march with the kettlebell, the farmer's carry,
right.
dragging, rucking, ankle weights.
It looks incredibly difficult.
Looks very difficult and uncomfortable. I like that he does all that, but doesn't do the Goggins thing where it's everyone else should go do this.
Right. He's like, this is what I do.
This is what I do. Do it if you want.
And he comes across like a really nice guy.
Like, so we've been in contact with one of his people trying to get him on the show. He's from Texas.
Yes.
Went to Texas Tech. Is from
that
area.
We'll forgive him for that.
Well, but I mean, like, that
that shows you
he's from here. He looks like a really nice guy. Like, lives in Spring, Texas. That's why Spring was our response out of the week. And
time it in.
Yeah, so that's another thing I like about him. Yeah. From the influencer side, he could easily go the Goggins route and just say, you have to do it this way, stay hard, keep hammering, go one more, blah, blah, blah. He's
very positive.
I'm doing this workout.
This is how I'm doing it.
Go outside, I guess.
Yeah.
You know.
I saw him get really excited when he like did a big bench press, which it's cute.
Go for it. That's cool. Dude. So yeah, that's another thing I like. Do you have any other things other than that? He's from Texas too.
He's from Texas. I'm obviously gonna like that. He chooses to live in Texas. I like that.
Yeah.
I even like the way he's set his life up. I like the idea of like keeping electronics to a minimum and those things, and he involves his family in his life, which I think is cool. I think it's great that he's found a way to incorporate his family into his way of life. Because I think the family unit is really important. I think it's part of why we have as much love for each other as we do, is our involvement with our family.
Yeah.
So I really like and respect that.
Definitely.
So...
And I said, what do you question? Because I really want to imagine he's sitting right there. So, I would want to tell him. Man,
he could throw me through this wall.
He could put me through the window.
He could put me to sleep with one hand.
He could literally stomp my face in with his
curb
foot.
Stomp me with his beard.
Acknowledging he can outlift me, he can outsell me, he is far more... everything. Way bigger beard, all the things.
All the things.
But I would still, because this is a podcast,
because we're clout chasing a little bit.
We're not clout chasing, but this might get some more views. What's up?
What up?
It's a genuine conversation.
Yeah, it is.
I question the whole... There was a video that we might link to.
Sure.
Where he's talking about...
We'll see how technical
I hardly ever go to the grocery store, but if I do, I got to carry everything in
on one go.
Because this is how our ancestors would do it. And as he's walking with all these bags, there's a brand new Ford Expedition, perfectly waxed, and a brand new Ford F-350 King Ranch, dually, perfectly waxed.
Backdrop, his hacienda style
house that was either renovated or built from the ground up.
Right.
That is a little perplexing, just from so you're saying live ancestrally, but you live in this and you drive.
Right.
Period.
And
but
keep in mind, this is all filmed, so I'm just curious what kind of ancestral filming equipment he's using.
Yeah. Also, what hired hand he has.
Right.
Filming everything, editing everything. Back to the respect part. Here I am talking about him. Here we are sharing our opinions about him.
This is basically a whole episode about...
We just did free advertising for Ancestral Supplements.
Yeah.
F it. We'll link to his profile and go check it out.
Hey man, check him out. Make your own judgments.
I'm honestly perplexed by the fact...
I don't... Why are we hung up on this? It's like... The thing
I'm
about it...
because I'm curious.
I guess there's that thing on whenever I watch the more plates, more dates guy. He's like, all right, here's a conversation he had with somebody who's like, hey man, you're on gear, just tell people you're on gear.
Yeah.
And he didn't respond in a yes or a no. He responded in this kind of esoteric roundabout way.
Yeah.
That didn't seem to fit with who he reported himself to be.
Yeah, it's the not fit.
And dude, who knows he sleeps on wood with wool. I don't know, maybe he's getting up in the morning and he's just kind of grumpy. I don't know.
Yeah, but he sleeps on wood. They're sleeping on wood because that's how our ancestors slept. But then he's waking up and there's a HD 4K camera in his face. His wife won't let him keep wireless stuff in the bedroom, so it goes into a Faraday cage. Yeah. Which blocks all Wi-Fi signal, and then he walks over and there's a printer and a phone and things like that, where you're like, okay, I like that he doesn't eat vegetables. I forgot that. I made a point because vegetables are decent, but
I mean, I'm very interested about like at some point I'm gonna have to go and do a deep dive on because I've been eating less vegetables.
Yeah,
I still like. I like vegetables. I like roasted broccoli and chopped up kale. I enjoy the taste of vegetables. But I've been eating less of them than I have in recent years, and I'm noticing no difference in
literally
health.
no difference at all.
So I'm curious, but I also have like incorporated fermented foods like kimchi and like you know that type of thing, which is something I'd be interested to talk to him about.
Yeah,
it's just I feel like he's trolling everybody. Right.
And it's working.
And it's working because it's like, I'm going to work out like my ancestors on this brand new
Concept 2 row machine that costs $3,500.
It's like, do what you want, live like our ancestors. You know what else our ancestors did? They died at 30.
If that.
Because life was hard.
Well, then on the like, I just did my simulated successful hunt, so I'm going to eat the food now. Go hunt.
Go actually
hunt. Just go actually hunt. Film that.
I know you have deer on your property. Like,
go kill
you're
one.
Gonna live ancestrally.
Put it on your shoulders.
Do you know what our ancestors didn't do? Eat pounds and pounds of meat.
Because it went bad.
Because it would either go bad or they would be sharing it with their community. Yeah. Like, you would eat enough.
If you could.
If you could.
So, yeah, it's just very perplexing.
It's perplexing.
That's all it is. It's not like, I don't like him, I hate him. Respect.
Absolutely.
Like the dude. Also, if he was sitting right here, I would want to ask, are you on gear? Are you on TRT? You're in age. I would want to say you're in age where if I was your age, I would for sure be on TRT. Like
I also this is a petty thing. Don't wear shoes if you're going to be ancestral. Go all in.
That's fair.
Go all in. Don't wear shoes.
I would agree.
Don't wear shoes. Don't do it.
So there's there's just a lot of misalignment on. There's one video where he's saying this is what our ancestors did. But he's on a ski erg.
Right.
Our ancestors didn't have ski ergs.
Yeah.
Makes no sense.
It makes no sense.
Anyway, we'd love for you to come on the podcast.
Liver King. Brian, what's up, dude?
What's up, dude? If you want to come on, come on.
I'll arm wrestle you.
I'll let you punch me.
Can I film it?
Yeah, for sure.
Excellent. I just got a new phone. I want to use this.
I mean, the trade-off is, like, you can punch me and be mad at me, but I do get to ask you...
Are you on gear?
And you get to say no.
Yeah, and I'll take you at your word.
Yeah, I would. If I ever ask anybody questions like that, are you on gear? Are you this? Are you that? And they say no, okay.
Well, you have way more faith in humanity than I do.
Definitely.
100%. That's fair. That's absolutely true. You definitely have more.
But yeah, so Liver King, we've just been talking about him a lot.
How many times can we say Liver King?
Liver King. I mean, the one thing I want to leave it off on is at the very end of the day, like him or not like him, me like him or not like him, anyone else, we're talking about.
Dude, he's an effective marketer.
It works. Whatever he is doing, whether it's misaligned with
I guess
what
the
I agree
formula
with or
is
not,
super simple. Eat a crap ton of things that people don't like.
And then film it.
And put it on the internet.
And also be ripped.
And also it helps if you have a beard.
He
looks like Gimli. Like, can we just, he looks like...
Well, I mean,
he looks like budget Gimli.
He looks like, and I think he looks like a step up from Gimli.
I don't know, man.
Gimli was pudgy. He's ripped.
Yeah, but we never saw Gimli without a shirt. Gimli could be hiding some seriously jacked muscle.
I'm going to say it right now. If I'm I almost said ogre, orc or an Orkai, and I see Gimli, and I see Liver King, I'm fighting Gimli. Because I'm not messing with that guy.
Really?
Dude, Liver King looks like an Orkai became a gnome.
Like got transformed.
Yeah. Wait, a gnome or a dwarf?
Dwarf. Got transformed into a dwarf.
He looks like the big white hand Orkai became... We're going down the Lord of the Rings rabbit hole right now.
Hey man, why not?
I would fight Gimli 10 times out of 10.
You would fight Gimli over
Liver King?
Okay, but does Gimli have his hammer, or are you going hand to hand?
Either way, I'm still fighting Gimli.
You're still fighting Gimli.
Have you not seen...
You're ridiculous. Have you not seen Lord of the Rings?
Wait, are we acting like Liver King looks like that, but is a dwarf, or are we just saying he's Liver King?
No, we're saying he's Liver King.
Oh, well, I mean, yeah, if it's dude with an axe...
I'm saying that like he looks exactly like Gimli. Like it is.
I'm saying you're wrong.
I'm saying if you, I don't know how tall Liver King is. I'm assuming he's above dwarf height. But if you scale them down to dwarfite, I'd be like, Gimli.
If you scaled them down to dwarfite, I would still say I'm fighting.
You're fighting Gimli.
I'm fighting Gimli.
Okay. You know what? Agree to disagree.
I also just want him to come on the podcast, so I'm trying not to roast him.
Look at his skin. He's already roasted.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm leaving it at whatever you think about him or I think about him, what he's doing is working.
Obviously.
And he's the one winning, so respect.
I think if you take anything away from this particular podcast, read Lord of the Rings. It's excellent.
That's read Lord of the Rings. Check out Ancestral Supplements if you want. They're not a sponsor.
Not sponsored by Liver King's Ancestral Supplements.
Speaking of sponsors, we can't say who it is,
but we
do have a official sponsor. So
trial sponsor. But it is.
I signed.
These
documents.
People. This is an official
thing. This is an official set.
Absolutely.
This is an official YouTube channel. If you're watching, this is all official. These are official shirts.
I'm absolutely going to clip this up and put it on TikTok. We are going 2022. We're going all in on this.
We are going all in. We're giving it a shot.
We're giving it the shot that it deserves.
And I'm really excited.
I am too. I think it's going to be really fun and really excellent.
Speaking of excellence and TRT, I heard that you saw him.
I mean, I wasn't going to say anything, but yeah.
I mean, you got to say it.
Look, man.
Again, especially if we're talking about the possibilities of someone being on TRT.
I went home for Christmas.
You went home.
And it was great. I wish you could have been there. I know that you guys are doing important stuff in Florida, but I love going home for Christmas because it just feels extra magical.
Yeah.
You know? So after Christmas Eve, we did candlelight service, hanging out with the family. It's just like the best time, right? I'm thinking about smoking the brisket the next day. Oof. Dreams of sugary sweet barbecue in my head.
The brisket you made, by the way, looked delicious.
Honestly, man, I'm like, no cap, it was up there with some of the best brisket I've ever had.
Can we have a conversation about no cap really quick?
Yeah, we absolutely can.
So what you just said, you mean no lie.
No lie, yeah.
So no cap equals,
I believe colloquially means no lie.
So if you said cap,
right,
it's up there. It would be like,
I'd be exaggerating. I'm joking.
Okay.
I'm exaggerating.
Cool.
Yeah, right. Cap, like total. You notice I don't wear a cap. It's because I don't lie.
Got it. Oh.
Yeah. I'm like George Jefferson that way.
Nice.
Yeah. Thanks.
Wait, you mean George Washington?
No, Jefferson.
Oh. Am I missing a reference right now?
From the TV show.
Put that on the list of references I missed. You're at home.
So I'm at home dreaming about smoky meats and just the presents we get to open the next day. Mm-hmm. And I hear this
okay.
And I wake up and I look next to me, girlfriend's still asleep. And I'm like, I don't know what's going on. And I hear this click, 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 click. And it's on the roof. So I run into the living room and I see this big poof of smoke, right? Mm-hmm. And there are presents everywhere. And I look over the fireplace and there's these bike shoes shooting up the chimney.
Oh no.
And so I run outside and I get there just in time to see this yellow flash rocket into the skylight and look back at me. And you know what he said? Forever and always.
Aww. 'Twas the night before Christmas, and Lance was just helping out. Lance.
And Lance, I feel like the world is a lot to cover, and I think that Lance helps with Texas.
I definitely, if I was Santa,
I would outsource.
And add a list of who in Texas could help me deliver all these presents. Yeah. Lance Armstrong, top of the list.
Usain Bolt gets Jamaica, and Lance Armstrong gets Texas.
Yeah, that's how it works.
That's how it works.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, dang, I'm glad that you had a pleasant...
I had a pleasant...
It sounds like on Christmas...
We had a pleasant Lance Smith.
Okay, you had a good Lance Smith.
Good Lance Smith.
Tour de Lance.
Tour de Lance.
Forever and always.
It's our next t-shirt.
I can't wait for that t-shirt. We got to sell these shirts first.
We do have to... Well, we'll talk.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Don't forget to buy a shirt when they're available at TexishPod.com.
TexishPod.com.
Don't forget to follow at TexishPod on Instagram. Don't forget to look up our new YouTube page, TexishPod. Hit that subscribe button. And don't forget to stream this on whatever platforms you're streaming.
Absolutely.
If you're on Spotify, do us a huge favor. Hit the stars. 5 if you think that. 1 if you think that. Liver
You
King.
keep saying that. I'm not okay with people giving us 1 star.
I'm okay with it.
Why are you okay with that?
Because I wanted to be honest.
I don't. If you.
Let's talk about it.
Okay. Partially just like to grow the thing.
Yeah.
If we get bad ratings, we don't get promoted on the platform.
That makes sense.
I don't think this is a 1-star podcast, so I don't want to give people permission to rate it at 1 star. I don't think that's okay. I don't think that's representative of what we bring to the table.
Okay. I agree with that.
Yeah.
You're right.
I think people should be honest.
So
I do.
Let me say why I say what I used to say, and I'm saying used to say because I'm not going to say it anymore.
Appreciate that.
I always say that.
Yeah.
Because I just don't want people to. I don't want people to go not leave a review because they're like, well, I just want people to be honest. I don't want it to be the whole like, give me 5 stars because, well, what if you don't think it?
Sure.
But you're right. You should think it's 5 stars because this is a dang good podcast.
It's a good podcast. We try our best. We give good content.
We don't try our best. We do our best.
We do a good job.
We do a really good job.
And here's the thing. I would love for as many people to hear this as possible. The more 5-star reviews you get, the way the algorithm works, like the better you do. That's just how it is. Here's the thing. Leave 5 stars because that helps the algorithm and more people can hear it. Destroy me in a comment so that I know how to make this better.
All right. Well, then let's rephrase the whole thing. Go leave us 5 stars, motherfucker.
I'm bleeping that out. That was aggressive.
Please bleep that out.
I'll do my best.
Or like cut it out.
I'll figure it out.
Timestamp.
Oh man.
Timestamp somewhere in there.
I even thought about trying to hook this up so this was live to YouTube, so we just like upload after. I'm really glad I didn't.
Okay. So
to
when you fast forward I just cussed. We just cut it out. Please go leave us 5 stars. If you have feedback or criticisms, we want to hear it.
Absolutely.
Put it in an Apple review, a written review, or comment on one of our photos, comment on YouTube.
Absolutely.
But if you're going to leave a review, hit 5 stars.
Please.
5 stars, push us up. We want everyone to hear this. We have some amazing interviews lined up. Oh my gosh.
We really do. And we promise we'll stop asking, like, leave 5 stars. We will eventually stop asking.
But you have once we get over 55 stars, I'll stop asking.
Okay, cool. Challenge. That's a good challenge.
5-star reviews. Hit the follow on Spotify. Hit the download on Apple. Keep listening. We're gonna keep making these. We literally have to because we have 7 interviews lined up over the next like 3 weeks.
So you guys are getting at least 7 more.
And we've put money into it at this point.
Have we?
So we have.
I know.
But yes, listen, follow, like, subscribe at Texish Pod, YouTube, Instagram at Texish Pod, TexishPod.com. Go give it a visit. Check out the new site. T-shirts, merch coming soon for sale. Here's your little teaser.
Yeah.
As always, don't forget Never Rest Coffee Company, 10% off coffee. They have Keurig cups, they have light roast, they have medium roast, they have dark roast. For those who want to get S-word done, those who want to just get up and get after it, Never Rest Coffee Company, 10% off coffee with code Texish, all caps, at checkout.
Never Rest Coffee. It's not mud water.
Never Rest Coffee. It's better than mud water. Never Rest Coffee. For people,
actually tastes good.
Never Rest Coffee for people who just don't care about the whole alternative caffeine thing. Just drink caffeine. Never Rest Coffee, 10% off, all caps. I feel like these podcasts always just derail at the very end.
A little bit.
We'll add structure at some point. Anyway, 5 stars. Go leave it. We appreciate y'all. Keep listening. Keep watching. Bye, y'all. Oh, yeah. We can't just...
Yeah, we can. It's all right, because then I can, like, cut around.
Edit out the motherfucker.
You sure? Okay, hold on.
Maybe. It was pretty... The fact that what always makes me say edit it out is when you're like,